Thank you once again for joining us on our broadcast. We're looking at Proverbs, and we're looking at various topics that this book on wisdom gives us to ponder, and the instructions that it gives us for those things. And we looked at money so far this week. We're going to move over to a kind of a related issue, and that has to do with work. We saw yesterday that one of the ways the Lord wants us to gain money and is through work, through hard work, little by little, gaining, saving, putting away. And so we're not surprised that Proverbs also has a lot to say about work. Throughout the scriptures, anywhere you turn, hard work, working in such a way that we're really diligent about our labor is something God commends. To do it from the heart, to do it for the Lord's glory, to be the best workers, employees, and employers that we possibly can be. So Proverbs follows up on that theme as well. And we're going to look today at starting with chapter 22, verse 29. And we see that very thing I'm talking about right here, that God wants us to do our best. Do you see a man skilled in his work? He will stand before kings. He will not stand before obscure men. There's something very commendable about somebody who learns a skill and learns how to do it well and does it well. This is commendable to God, and it's commendable to people. And such a person then will be skilled in their work. It says will stand before kings. In 27, verse 23, he says this concerning this subject. It says, "Know well the conditions of your flocks, and pay attention to your herds." Now that's another issue about work. You know, if a person was a farmer or a shepherd, and they didn't watch after their sheep and their flocks and so forth, if they didn't watch after their ground, then it's all going to decay. It's all going to go in directions you don't want it to go. And so he's saying to them, look, take good care of what you have. That's going to take work. That's going to take diligence. If you're going to really take care of your flocks, if you're really going to take care of your property, if you're going to do the right thing by these things, it'll take some work. And the better you do that work, the more likely it is that you will flourish in that process. And so he calls on us to be hard workers and to pay good attention to what we have. Don't be neglectful. Don't be neglectful. Matter of fact, he calls the ones that are lazy and neglectful in Proverbs sluggards. That's an interesting word, isn't it? 17 times or so he calls such people sluggards. We're going to look at that issue perhaps tomorrow. In 13:11, this is the verse we looked at earlier in the week, but it says, "Wealth obtained by fraud dwindles, but he who gathers it little by little makes it grow," or increases it. And so once again, here's the hard worker. He's not trying to get ahead with schemes or taking advantage of other people or in a big hurry. They're simply doing their work well. And as a result of that, they gain extra income, and they can put that away little by little, step by step, towards the future. And work is commendable in that way. And then in chapter 11, verse 24 and 25, it moves to the issue of motivation. Verse 24, "There is one who scatters and yet increases all the more. There is one who withholds what is justly due, and yet it results only in want. The generous man will be prosperous, and he who waters will himself be watered." So it's going to the factor of motivation here. What motivates us to work hard? Now, some people can become workaholics. Work becomes their God. It's what they live for. And they neglect all of the things because of it, even the important things in their life, such as the worship of God, attendance at their church and ministry, and even their own families, because they're all wrapped up in their work and getting ahead, and it just becomes their whole life. But it says here that the one who withholds what is justly due it only results in want. So the person who takes advantage of other people, and you can take advantage of other people in many ways. And one of the ways I kind of just indicated here, if you're taking advantage of your family or of the ministry for the Lord, or because you want to get ahead at work, or because work has become too important to you, then that is not going to be the way God wants you to prosper. But the generous man will prosper, and he who waters will himself be watered. Once again, he moves back to generosity. Why is it that we want to work and do a good job? It's to bless other people and it's to bless God. It shouldn't be just for ourselves and our own desires and so forth. It's to be a blessing to those around us. And the hard worker blesses people if they have the proper motivation and the proper balance in their life. That hard work is respected by other people. You do a good job for other people. You're able to have resources that help other people, and generosity results in the blessing because we're hard at work, honoring God, not honoring ourselves. Now, I want to follow up on that tomorrow and look at the other side of this, the issue of the sluggard. Very interesting word. We'll see what Proverbs has to say about it tomorrow.